what it is. Shout out Omizi for this segment. Hopping into the next one though. We got. This is not the first time I react to dad mode and dark mode. Actually, I think this might be the first time I record myself reacting to dad mode and dark mode. I think I've just watched it, right? Just real time, like, you know, internet, not on no internet shit. But right now, you know, we could go ahead and check out why pessimists understand life better than everybody else. Pessimists, he said. Pessimists, he said. You know what I'm saying? Well, let's get a little quick definition, you know, of that for those who may not know. Well, it might just be reminding myself at the same time. Co-pilot, what does pessimism mean?
Pessimism is a tendency to focus on the negative aspects of life.
So focusing on the negative aspects of life makes you understand life better, according to dad mode and dark mode. Okay, let's get it.
There's a line by Arthur Schopenhauer that has always stuck with me.
What's the line?
The line is this. So he wrote, "There is some wisdom in taking a gloomy view, in looking upon the world as a kind of hell, and in confining one's efforts to securing a small room that shall not be exposed to the fire."
Whoa, break that down.
So I don't know about you, but I personally, I believe that there is certain wisdom in treating the world like it's a burning building.
Really?
And you're just trying to find a small room within that building that hasn't caught fire yet.
Nice. Okay, so y'all know my structure with these things, bro. Before we get into it, because y'all know I never I try for the most part to not pre-watch it so that I can just get the reaction just live on this recording, so I can just share that with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, with that, and this is one of those cases. So with that being said, I will go ahead and assume, because I start with my opening assumptions, right, of where you know, the points that creators are trying to get at, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I feel like treating the world like a burning building, I feel like doing that, right, the logic at least behind that is, you know what I'm saying, it gets you more sharp, because when you are more sharp, more on your feet, more urgent, you know what I'm saying, your sense of urgency is just like, you know what I'm saying, it's awakened, it's sensitized like a mother, you know what I'm saying? And obviously you need that in terms of pressure, you know what I'm saying, dealing with pressure, dealing with pressing, you know, issues, pressing, you know, circumstances on the spot, you know what I'm saying? Just having the mind that can be able to deal with those kind of moments, like fast, you know what I'm saying? Fast, quick, you know, but precise though, accurate though, you feel me? So that when it comes to problem solving, things can just, like, you know what I'm saying, like it just grows a kind of muscle that can be valuable when we're talking long term, you know what I'm saying? But then again, this kind of mindset, you know, forces you to live life anxious to a certain point, you know what I'm saying? Live life like on the edge, you know what I'm saying, to a certain point. Live life with a chip on your shoulder to a certain fucking point. Listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm tripping. Okay, my bad. I ain't smoked enough weed. But yeah, so those kind of things, you know what I'm saying, that kind of thinking forces you to live in those kind of realms a lot, you know, a lot of the time. But I guess, you know, for the benefit of those kind of aspects that you will develop, right? That's, you know, that would be why I think you think it's good for people to see life as a burning building. Go on, sir, please. My bad.
And that's basically Schopenhauer's starting point.
Nice.
Most of what you've been fed your whole life is the opposite.
What was that?
You've been fed that everything happens for a reason, and that the universe has a plan for you.
What, it doesn't? Nothing happens for a reason?
And that God has a plan for you, and that...
Wait, what? Okay, then what is it?
Things, they just work out in the end. Man. Okay? Well, Schopenhauer, he looked around and he went, have you actually seen the world?
For real?
Have you actually seen it? Have you watched animals eat each other alive?
No, I only seen that like on like Nat Geo or some shit. You know what I'm saying? One of them little programs. I don't know. What's the difference between seeing the world through that kind of lens and literally my eye lens? You know, like what's the difference? You know? Because in that case, like I wouldn't believe nobody has ever seen an animal just like gobble another animal's flesh up, right?
Have you sat with someone slowly dying?
Shit.
Have you watched people sabotage their lives on repeat? I mean, where is this plan you keep talking about?
This plan you keep talking about.
He was. This is what I respect about him, is that he was doing what almost nobody does.
Right.
He was taking reality at face value and refusing to sugarcoat it, and that is precisely what drew me to him, and that's precisely what drew Nietzsche and Jung to him as well.
And I feel like just saying, pessimists, it's just another word of being like realists. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's realists. It's a realist way of seeing things, because not everything is hunky dory, right? Not everything is just optimistic. But then at the same time, seeing, choosing probably, let me put it in a way where it's like you choosing to constantly see things as pessimistic, though. That's also not real, though. You know what I'm saying? Things can become, you do hit the upside of life, right? But I guess for the sake of just like, for the sake of this video, for the sake of the point that we're trying to make, right? It is, and because of the fact that I myself have realized a whole lot of people just leaning on the fact that you just have hope, just be happy, just be optimistic about everything. It's like, while totally disregarding the other side. That's an unhealthy way of seeing things. So you know what I'm saying? Finding the balance, right? Yeah, I guess that's where we at. That's where we gotta be.
Here, picture this, okay? All right, you're young,
right?
You're smart. You're looking for answers, and all of these so-called wise adults around you are basically just telling you fairy tales and bedtime stories.
Let's do it.
But then you find this guy over here, right? Who says, no,
fuck all that.
You're not crazy. Life really is soaked in pain.
Nice.
So let's start from there, shall we?
Okay, let's do it.
That's Schopenhauer. And the more that you really look at life, like really look at it, the harder it is to dismiss him. He basically asks one brutal question, which is, if this is a good world made by a good force who wants good things for you, why does almost everything that lives suffer, struggle, and die in fear or confusion?
And I think that's the kind of understanding that I think, I might be getting it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. So if I do get it wrong, blame it on my ignorance. I'm sorry. You feel me? But I feel like the Hindu religion, maybe, I think, where the what's the gods? Shiva, Lord Shiva. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, if you don't, you're welcome to go ahead and do your homework. But Lord Shiva, right? The Lord of limitation, I think, the Lord of karma, I think. That's why I think that's why, I think it's Hindu religions. My bad. Like, I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong. But yeah, like religions like that, I feel like that's the kind of thing that people that go according to that religion, that's what they're trying to understand. They want to understand from this perspective too. And if I'm not mistaken, Lord Shiva does represent these things for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's even a Lord Shiva. It is something to consider as like a higher power than yourself type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because it like it does have influence on real life. I'm talking about the negative perspective of things, that is, right? Let me just make sure for y'all, bro. Y'all know I don't want to just like speak out the side of my ass. Yo. So Lord Shiva, which religions practice religious practices come from Lord Shiva, or come through the worship of Lord Shiva?
Religious practices related to Lord Shiva are a key part of Hinduism. Okay. Hinduism. So in Hinduism, right, what does Lord Shiva represent? Lord Shiva represents several things in Hinduism. He's known as the Destroyer, part of the Hindu Trinity, along with Brahma, the Creator, and Vishnu, the Preserver. Shiva embodies transformation and regeneration, often depicted in meditation or dancing the Tandava, symbolizing the cosmic cycles of creation and destruction. He's a complex deity embodying both ascetic and householder aspects. What drew you to ask about Shiva?
Pessimism.
Lord Shiva represents many aspects in Hinduism. He's known as the destroyer in the Hindu Trinity, alongside Brahma, the creator.
What is Shiva's linkage with karma?
Shiva is often linked with karma through the concept of destruction and renewal.
What type of karma does Shiva represent?
Shiva's role in Hinduism often symbolizes the transformational aspect of karma. He embodies the destruction of ignorance and negative karma, paving the way for renewal and positive transformation.
How does he do that?
Shiva does this through his roles as the destroyer and transformer. By destroying...
I get it, has to destroy, bro, and destruction is never sweet. Shit ain't never sweet when we're destroying shit, you know what I'm saying? So, okay, I may just have to do a little bit more homework on that part, you know what I'm saying? But we're talking about pessimism, let's get it.
Most people never touch that question.
Are you serious?
They can't.
Are you serious?
They patch over it with religion or spirituality or positive thinking. Yeah. Because guess what? The alternative terrifies them.
It does?
That's why. But unlike them, Schopenhauer, he walked straight into the alternative. He said, look at what everything in nature actually does, not what you wish it did.
For real.
Everything that exists is driven to push forward, to survive, to reproduce, to stay here a little longer and make more copies of itself.
For real? Damn. Like, I really be challenging that kind of mindset. I'm not gonna lie. Shit, okay. Oh my god, damn, my bad. I really gotta pull my nigga co-pilot for this one. Co-pilot, I'm hearing this man talk about the fact that, you know, the purpose of human beings or whatever, but the main intention is to reproduce and make carbon copies of itself, aka, you know, reproduce offspring. Is this the purpose for every living human being?
That's a classic debate. Many view reproduction as a biological imperative essential for the survival of our species, but humans also seek meaning in other ways, through relationships, creativity, and personal growth. What do you think?
I just wanted some confirmation, man. My bad, I forgot your AI, bro. This is something that has to be justified by your own mind, but I feel like this might be my version of the pessimism. You know what I'm saying? Might not be the reality or the purpose for every single living human being, bro. Because look, let me just justify myself right quick, bro. You see how some other women be treating their kids, for not even women, even men, but like parents. You know what I'm saying? And you see how some other women just like are quick to make the decision to like decide that, yo, I'm trying to have this baby or not, aka I'm trying to abort or, you know, have the baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, at the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? The power is in, you know, the meaning that you put behind whatever your reality is. You feel what I'm saying? So somebody else may see that as pessimistic, the fact that not everybody deserves to be a parent. But bro, time and time again, like, reality proves that to us. People dumping babies like away, bruh. Like, I'm talking 2 weeks old. I'm talking, you know what I'm saying, things like that. People putting, you know, babies for adoption. There are people, I mean, there is the popular collective narrative that, yo, that's not supposed to be done, that's not right, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, people still do it at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like, yo, that was just a little rabbit hole of like how my pessimism runs, you know what I'm saying? But the whole, you know, it is, I'm agreeing with my boy co-pilot, the whole discussion of whether or not it, you know, everybody's supposed to replicate their own DNA. It is a debate, you know what I'm saying? That is debate. That's an arguable statement, I'm not gonna lie.
Plant fights its way toward the light. Right. An animal hunts, runs, breeds, defends.
What else?
Humans, they grind for money, status, sex, approval, comfort. Yeah, you can dress it up in poetic language and call it purpose or calling.
Nice.
But at the core, it's all the same motion. Pushing, striving, clinging, wanting.
Nice.
Schopenhauer called that thing
Reaching.
the will.
Yep.
Not willpower, not free will, just will. That raw drive underneath everything.
Right.
He said that drive is blind. It's not wise. It's not moral. It's not steering you towards some perfect happy ending.
It's not?
It doesn't care if you're fulfilled. It just cares that you keep going.
Keep going.
That's exactly why you can get everything you thought you wanted and still feel empty. That's why people who have it all, they still spiral.
You still do.
That's why every time that you hit a goal, that satisfaction, it fades, and then something else immediately starts gnawing at you, taking its place, and then the cycle repeats.
Yep.
And you think you're climbing towards some stable place where it finally makes sense and you'll be at peace. Well, guess what? The will doesn't care about peace.
Does it?
The will cares about motion.
Fuck.
That's it. So your life, it becomes this endless pattern of I suffer until I get it, then I get it. There's a tiny spike of relief.
Then what?
Then boredom sets in, and then anxiety, and then guess what? A new one. And then you repeat until you die.
Yes. Why?
I mean, if you've ever wondered why even good seasons in your life have that weird low-level unease underneath them, this is why. You're built to be restless and to chase and to feel like something is missing.
Yeah.
That's not a glitch. That's a factory setting, okay? Humans are different.
What you mean?
He's like, no, you're not different. You're just an animal with self-awareness.
Damn.
Okay? You're the same basic machine, but with the added curse of being able to watch yourself suffer and know exactly what's happening.
Damn, he said the added
That's
curse.
exactly why the human life feels uniquely brutal, because you're not just in pain. You can think about the pain.
Right.
You can think about the fact that you're going to die someday.
You have a memory of the pain.
You can look at your patterns and see yourself repeating them, even when you're smart enough to know better.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that there is no final win state.
There's no?
Where the striving stops on its own. There isn't. Your body quits before your wanting does.
Right.
That's how it works. That's how desire works. You want something, so you hurt, and then you get it, and then the hurt stops for a moment, and then your brain calls that happiness, but it's not happiness. It's just the pain shutting off for a bit.
Yeah.
And as soon as that pain stops, another one boots up to take its place. Like I said, a new goal, a new fear, a new itch, a new insecurity, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's like,
because you're constantly sensitized to that shit. As what, that added curse to the human nature's layer? Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
Taking off tight shit.
Nah, it's an interesting take. I'm not gonna lie, it's an interesting take. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, I've never thought of things that way.
Shoes.
I'm saying.
Right? The first moment, it feels incredible. But the only reason it feels incredible is because your feet were being crushed for so long.
Yes.
Most of what we call joy in life is just taking off tight shoes that we ourselves laced. And the will loves that. It loves that because while you're chasing...
Wait, that's what gets the will going, bro? You telling me that's what keeps the will alive? And nature, the will is nature. The will is what creates nature, right? I don't know, man. These are just like the rabbit holes I'm now falling into. These are the questions that are opening up in my head. You know what I'm saying? As you know, the brother gets deeper into this thing. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Let's hear it, man.
Hits of relief, you don't question the game. And then now you layer ego on top of that. And Schopenhauer, he says that every living thing, it acts like it's the center of reality, right? From the plant that's trying to hog light to the guy that's trying to win status. You know, everything, it behaves like its own survival is more important than anything else in the world.
Yes.
And in a world with finite resources.
Right.
And so, you know, with limited food and limited territory and mates and attention, that means conflict.
That means conflict.
Everything is feeding on something. Everything is in competition with something.
Yeah.
Everything that lives is either eating, being eaten, or waiting its turn.
Oh my God, this nigga said everything is either being eaten, it eats, or it waits its turn. Waits its turn to either eat or be eaten. What? Yo, I need to work on my soundboard. I think the next stream might just be me working on my soundboard. Fact, not the next stream, but the next recording. I only call these things streams, dog. I used to call it ReWAD live. You know what I'm saying? ReWAD, reactive worldsaday live. I really want to make it live, but you know what I'm saying, some of these YouTube features, these advanced YouTube features, I don't know why live is included in that, but some of these YouTube features, like, you literally, you know, you unlock them, enable them with time. It's like, what? So, you know, at the moment, yeah, we can't go live, but golly, you know what I'm saying? I think my next recording, I'm gonna be working on my soundboard. My bad, I just digressed there. Yo, my fault.
And we like to pretend that humans escaped that logic because we invented grocery stores.
Why would we want to do that?
But scratch the surface and you still get the same thing.
What's that?
People using each other, resenting each other, stepping on each other, competing and judging and grabbing as much as they can while they're here.
That's it. That's all.
You don't need to be a philosopher to see it. You just look around, okay? Just use your eyes.
Look around, yes. Type
We
shit.
live in a world where a blind, aimless drive to exist keeps spitting out life forms, and those life forms are wired to want and to grasp and to cling, and they grind their entire lives for these short bursts of relief, and they maul each other in the process. And then they die. And we call this a good world because we're afraid of admitting what it really is.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, another version of pessimism, well, that I've read about is antinatalism, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to refresh those of y'all who don't know this, and those who I know will never do their homework on this kind of thing. Yo, co-pilot, break down what antinatalism is.
Antinatalism is the view that it's either always or usually wrong to have children. The idea is that bringing new people into the world causes harm and suffering, so it's better not to procreate.
It's better not to procreate over the fact that, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of suffering that goes on in the world. So, you know what I'm saying, bringing a child onto this world is wrong based off of the fact that even if they are going to experience good, that good will come with bad. And the fact that you have put them in a position that they can experience bad, even though that bad outweighs the good, the fact that they have to suffer at some points, that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Versus not letting them exist. Whereas, okay, if you don't let them exist, you deprive them of good. So you eliminate the possibility of them even experiencing good. But that's not wrong, because not making somebody experience good is better than the possibility of letting them experience good with suffering, because the whole point is to not even experience the suffering. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why concepts like that exist, bro. You feel me?
Actually is. Well, Schopenhauer, he called it what it actually is. He said that,
what is it?
The world is hell, and men on the one hand,
or what?
The tormented souls, and on the other, the devils in it.
Nice.
And he didn't mean, devils with pitchforks and flames, but with constant low-level torture. Aging, sickness, humiliation.
All of that.
Heartbreak.
All of that.
Boredom. Anxiety.
What else?
Panic.
What else?
Loss.
What else?
Regret.
Nice.
With tiny breaks of pleasure in between.
Damn, that's it?
Just enough to keep you from quitting early.
The sprinkles of that? That's crazy.
That's his pessimism.
Oh.
He wasn't saying that everything sucks, so why bother? He was saying that everything hurts a lot more than anyone wants to admit. So let's just drop the act, drop the fairy tales, and deal with it. Let's have that be the starting point.
Okay. What else?
So the obvious question is, well then what? What do we do with that?
What do we do with that?
If life is this endless treadmill of wanting and suffering, is there even a way off of it?
Yo, now, you know what I'm saying? Teetering on that type of question really gets people in like the kind of rabbit holes that I don't think you would want unawake minds to tread, the kind of spheres that unwise minds could tread. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing of like, is there even a way of stopping it, or is there a way of getting out of this? Because literally some other people can think of that and think, yo, self-deletion. And yo, look, how I understand that is not even about self-deletion. It's about the fact that, yo, how do we get rid of this? Or for the fact that, okay, People are never consented to just like be put in this kind of existence, in this kind of reality where you do have to consider the pessimistic things of the world. You know what I'm saying? Other minds just cannot deal with that kind of reality. Some minds just cannot. They break so hard, bruh, to a point where it's traumatizing to other minds that are witnessing this mind. You understand what I'm saying? And so now I forgot my point, but you know what I'm saying? I guess we're gonna have to remind ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you, here's the thing, as long as you are completely identified with your wanting, is there even a way off of it?
Oh, even a way off of it. Yeah. So yeah, just the danger of, is there even a way off of it? Don't think offing yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? A way off of it could even be a mindset of like literally antinatalism. You stopping to procreate then. You know what I'm saying? Type thing. But even that is a scary reality for a soul to carry that on their own shoulders, to, you know, carry that on that way of existence, bro, because it's sort of unaccepted, bro. It's such an unpopular decision to make type shit. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you, here's the thing, as long as you are completely identified with your wanting, and as long as you believe every impulse and you chase every craving and build your entire life around pursuing more, you are signing up for a lifetime subscription of pain. Now, Schopenhauer, he wasn't saying be more positive or manifest better outcomes. He was saying you have to stop feeding the machine. He noticed something that you've probably felt in your own life. You've definitely felt in your own life, because here's the thing: there are rare moments where just for a second you're not thinking about what you want next. You're not replaying the past, and you're not negotiating with the future. You're just there, right? It could be staring at the ocean. It could be listening to a song that stops time. It could be getting lost in a painting or a book or a view out of the window, right? It could be having a conversation with someone that is so real that the rest of the room disappears entirely.
Nice.
In those moments, in those beautiful moments, you're not calculating and you're not scheming. You're not trying to squeeze life for more.
What happens then?
You're just aware and you're present.
Right.
And the wanting, it dials down.
The wanting,
and he called that aesthetic experience.
Yeah.
Not in the Instagram sense, in the.
And I feel like, yo, the dialing down of, you know, the want and things like the whole desire that can even drive you to even experience more of the negativity. You being, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that's just driven by this will, right? It's like, that's where the, like, in terms of the conclusion that I'm drawing right here, right? It's like the pessimism making you understand life better. It's because of what I shared, you know what I'm saying? Knowing your limitation, knowing that, this is where the line is drawn for me, whether I like it or not, right? It leaves you, you know, letting whatever is beyond you take control in a peaceful way. That's why it's like, yo, it's nothing like you wanting to prove points or anything petty or anything like that, but it's just an awareness. It's just you being aware of things, and it's to a point where you can literally see things fall into place, bro. That's how you see things fall into place, and that's how you work with your limitation to, you know, get what you want, get what even you thought was beyond you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all get that. My bad.
In the literal sense of perceiving something so fully that you forget yourself for a second.
Yep. What else?
And he said those exact moments right there, right there are the only times that you get a break from the will.
Why?
That's the only time you get a reprieve.
It's
not happiness. It's not high. It's a pause.
It's a pause. Okay, cool.
Those are the few moments where you're not being yanked around by your own mind.
Yeah.
And for most people, those are accidents. You stumble into them.
They are.
They're extemporaneous, but then you go right back to the chasing. Now, Schopenhauer, he turns it into a path.
Nice.
You know, and the path is of, you know, like, what if you made your life less about piling up experiences and more about loosening the grip your wants have on you?
Good question.
I mean, he takes it all the way to asceticism.
What's that? Asceticism?
You know, minimum possessions and basically being a monk. You know, simple food,
minimalism,
detachment from status.
Right.
You know, not like that. It's not the. I'm not talking about minimalism here. It's not minimalism.
What is it? Asceticism. Wait, hold on then. Asceticism in comparison to minimalism. Like, what are we talking about?
Sure thing.
What is asceticism?
Asceticism is a lifestyle characterized.
What is asceticism?
Asceticism is a lifestyle focused on self-discipline and avoiding indulgence, particularly in pursuit of spiritual or philosophical goals.
What's the difference between asceticism and minimalism?
Asceticism is about rigorous self-denial and abstaining from worldly pleasures, often for asceticism involves strict self-denial for spiritual reasons, while minimalism focuses on simplifying life by reducing material possessions.